Few people are born famous, meaning most of the actors and actresses we know and love started out doing menial work well below their current stature. Many times, Hollywood stars work as bartenders early in their careers. Bartending helps them develop their people skills and can sometimes even help them make connections. Join Facts First as we explore Hollywood stars who got their start as bartenders. Many audience members will be surprised to learn just how many Hollywood stars worked as bartenders earlier in their careers. Many of these stars were aspiring to be Hollywood actors and actresses while working as bartenders, while others hadn't yet figured out what the future might hold. Either way, all the following stars worked as bartenders. Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe is the first celebrity we'll take a look at who got his start as a bartender before transitioning into his high-profile Hollywood film career. Far before playing the titular Gladiator in Ridley Scott's award-winning film Gladiator, Russell Crowe was mixing and serving drinks as both a waiter and bartender. Before becoming famous, Russell was in a lot of debt. He worked tirelessly at his service job in hopes of getting out of the hole he found himself in. But little did he know, Hollywood stardom was around the corner. While he spent his early days kicking intoxicated patrons out of bars and serving drinks to customers, he eventually started getting independent acting roles in films like Romper Stomper and was eventually a Hollywood star. Debbie Harry. Debbie Harry is another notable celebrity figure who started out bartending before becoming a big star. While Debbie has certainly appeared in Hollywood films, she is better known as the lead singer of the seminal pop-punk group Blondie, known for hit songs like Call Me, Heart of Glass, The Tide is High, and Rapture. Before her band made it big, Debbie was a waitress and bartender at a legendary music venue in New York called Max's Kansas City. Working there not only allowed Debbie to get a taste for the music scene, but also allowed her to make some connections that would pay off in later years. Besides being a waitress and bartender, Debbie also had many other jobs before making it big. She was a secretary at the offices of BBC Radio, a skilled go-go dancer, and even performed a stint as a Playboy bunny. Blondie eventually took off, and Debbie never had to go back to mixing drinks again. After becoming famous as the lead singer, Debbie appeared in a few Hollywood films, such as David Cronenberg's 1983 cult classic Videodrome. Ellen Pompeo. Grey's Anatomy's Ellen Pompeo is another Hollywood celebrity who worked as a bartender. Before catching her big break on television, Ellen mixed cocktails and served drinks at a notable restaurant in New York. It was during one of her shifts as a bartender that a casting director approached her. He thought Ellen would be perfect for some cosmetic advertisements he was casting. Ellen took the job, and the rest is history. Her work as a model and commercial actress led to her getting bigger and bigger roles on TV until she was eventually cast in her memorable role on Grey's Anatomy. Mila Kunis. Mila Kunis is another TV and film actress who has developed a reputation for her skilled work as a bartender. In addition to being a skilled mixer of drinks, Mila is also a skilled drinker. The That 70s Show actress has shared that she has a strong affinity for whiskey, making her not that much different than the hard partying character she played in the hit film Bad Moms and its sequel. Today, Mila is married to her former co-star Ashton Kutcher, and the two have children together. Although Mila no longer has to work as a bartender to make ends meet, one can imagine she likes to take the opportunity to put her drink-mixing skills to work whenever she can. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres is another future celebrity who spent her early days working as a bartender. Before becoming a famous movie star with her own talk show, Ellen was a skilled bartender working behind the bar. She's claimed she had a lot of fun working as a bartender, considering it one of the more pleasant jobs she worked before becoming a star. Of course, she ended up making it big as a stand-up comedian, but audiences today will best know her as the host of her own hit talk show, Ellen. Ellen has had many memorable film roles as well, including voicing the character of Dory in Finding Nemo and its sequel. She's come under quite a bit of controversy in the past couple years for not treating the staff of her show right. So maybe it's time she goes back to bartending. Jon Hamm. Jon Hamm apparently turned quite a few heads while working as a bartender, with ladies lining up around the corner to get the chance to have the future TV star mix their drinks. Jon would be hired by famous ladies to bartend their parties, with Kelly Lynch having claimed she was a regular among Jon's patrons. Of course, he eventually made it big on shows like Mad Men and has appeared in films such as Baby Driver. Despite the fact he no longer has to tend bar, he has shared he still has a passion for mixing drinks and likes to take the opportunity when he can. Jon Stewart. Jon worked as a bartender at a notable punk club in New Jersey called City Gardens. The venue played host to many memorable punk bands from the era, including the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It was known for its rough crowd, and Jon has shared there was one instance in which he had to disarm a customer who had pulled a gun. Jon's time at the City Gardens allowed him to develop his own brand of sophisticated punk ethos, which would carry over to his time as a stand-up and the host of The Daily Show. Michael Fassbender. Michael Fassbender has said he spent the greater part of his 20s working as a bartender, though he eventually broke through and was able to make it big in the entertainment industry. Michael had plenty of experience working in the service industry before becoming a bartender, having worked at his parents' restaurant when he was a boy. Though he's now made it big in Hollywood, Michael has shared he wouldn't be above returning to bartending if the amount of roles he's offered goes down. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis was many things before becoming the famous movie star we know and love, from roles in hit films like Die Hard and Pulp Fiction. In addition to being a TV star and an unlikely recording artist, Bruce is another future star who did his time as a bartender. He apparently was a pretty incredible one, but later gave up the profession to become a star. Sandra Bullock. Before rising to Hollywood superstardom in the 90s, Sandra was honing her acting skills while working as a bartender. The bar she worked at was located near the neighborhood Playhouse Theater, which gave Sandra the perfect opportunity to perform in plays when she wasn't working. This allowed Sandra to hone her talents. In addition to the acting skills that Sandra gained while performing at the neighborhood Playhouse Theater, she also gained unique experiences while bartending that paid off during her acting career. In order to pass the time during the job, she would work on memorizing the voices and accents she heard, and then would practice them to herself and other patrons on the job. She eventually broke into the entertainment industry with hit films like The Net, Miss Congeniality, Speed, and The Blind Side. Now it's time to hear from you. Comment down below to share if you know of any other Hollywood stars who started out as bartenders. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts Verse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.